This week, as the Lord is sending out all these missionaries, he promises that they are not on their own, that he will be their shield and their buckler. And what I love about that visual is he's promising them big protection and small protection. He promises that if they'll have faith in him and trust in him, he will protect them from all kinds of attacks. And I wanted my kids to understand that that promise extends to them as well, and to any of us who make covenant connections with God. As we yoke in with him, he will be our shield. In fact, my favorite thing that I've ever learned about this idea of the armor of God and the shield of faith, I learned from Lavelle Edwards, believe it or not. He gave this BYU devotional years ago, and he talked about how he compared a shield to an offensive line in football. And he said what's great about the offensive line is they hold the line so that the quarterback can kind of step back, regroup, get some time to look at the field and figure out which receiver to throw to. If that offensive line is doing their job well, the quarterback has plenty of time to make his move. And I loved that visual when it comes to a shield of faith as well. What our testimony of the Savior offers us is this buffer, this chance to kind of hold back the world a little bit so that we can be strategic about what our next move is. And I want my kids to see that up close. So this week, you guys, we're making a shield and a buckler. You can make one or the other, or just teach your kids about the two pieces of armor, depending on what kind of time you have. But I wanted to give you some tools so that you can pull this off. The first one is a throwback from my 2021 course. We made what I call a pizza box shield because I really wanted to make a big shield for my kids. I didn't want some tiny little thing, but I couldn't figure out how I could make one with a piece of cardboard that was big enough so that I could make one for all my kids. And then I took a close look at a pizza box and I realized they're the perfect size. So here's your assignment this week. You guys go and get takeout pizza. That's your job. Skip dinner. Don't make anything. Don't have any dishes. Get takeout pizza from someone. I designed the printable around the Little Caesars pizza box, but really it works with almost any large pizza or an Amazon box, I suppose. But you just need a piece of flat cardboard. And then you're going to lay the printable on top of it. You just glue it down in a grid. It comes on 4 pieces of paper. There's a version that is pre-colored for you, and then a version that you could color in class as you're like talking about the armor of God and building your shields together. Either one works great. You're going to reserve the sides of your pizza box for the straps. If you have little kids, then I found one side is plenty big enough for them to slip their little arms through. If you're trying to fit a teenager, you might need 2 straps taped together so that you get a nice broad one. But you actually can have your kids try this on and custom fit the straps to fit their arms perfectly so that they can feel like Captain America as they're dodging things. In my family, we did things like throw marshmallows at each other so that you could dodge them. Will threw a ball at Sam and he had to use the shield to dodge it. But talk about what the shield offers. One of the things I love about the shield metaphor is you can actually combine with other shields. You can make that Tortuga formation, where a bunch of shields come close together and then the warriors can kind of hide under it or behind it so that they have a stronger force to reckon with. You could talk about all your shields combining together as you let the kids kind of hold all their big shields together. But you also want to take time to talk about what a buckler is. A buckler basically is a mini version of a shield. So this year I decided to create bucklers with the same basic styling, different colors, different layouts, but these print on one piece of paper. You're going to mount these to like a cereal box weight of piece of cardboard, and then teach your kids how he offers small defense as well. Because this is what the Lord promises, is that your faith will protect you from big things. Like when you choose to keep the word of wisdom, that is a big shield. It is something that will protect your body, it will protect your mind, it will help you stay clear and active and strong. It's a big shield. But your faith also protects you in small ways. Your belief in your Savior protects you from small, up-close attacks, like when a friend of yours betrays you, or maybe somebody posts something about you online that isn't true and you feel that up-close attack, or misunderstandings or doubts you might have about the faith. Those are up-close attacks, and the Lord promises he is your buckler. If you will trust in him, he will help protect you. If you watch somebody with a buckler in real combat, this is what they hold while they have a sword in their other hand, and it balances out the weight, it makes them agile, it allows them to defend their body from up-close attacks. So I'd let your kids kind of make these and then strategize about how we are offered that promise. How is the Savior our shield, helping us protect against big attacks of the adversary? And how is he our buckler? How does he protect us from the small things, those up-close attacks? And how does our faith provide that insulating layer so we have time to strategize, look down the field, and know where we need to step next? I think these printables will help you out.